Hello from the road. Gypsy and I, we just hit the road. We're just leaving Imperial Dam area, the Yuma Proving Grounds. It's been a nice stay. We've been here for a few months now already. Coming up on night Imperial. You can see see everything here. Pretty awesome. So yeah, we got to, Gypsy and I, we've got to stay up in Quartzsite for the night and then head east, possibly northeast. We're really considering going to Flagstaff. It's either going to be Flagstaff or Tucson. Flagstaff, the temperature is going to be so much nicer. It's getting pretty hot down here. When I was packing up, I was fully intending on close this window. We were intending on leaving tomorrow morning, super early. But as I was packing up, it was already 100 degrees in the camper. Now I could have stayed, fired up my generator, let it run during the heat of the day. It probably wouldn't have been such a big deal, but that is such a waste of gas, in my opinion. As you guys know, that generator gas is not cheap. I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm running 91 in there. That's about $4 a gallon. So we decided to go ahead and just hit the road. We were pretty much all packed up. We had a bunch of stuff we had to do this morning, just your typical RV stuff, empty tanks and clean out the garbage and clean up the campsite, which I was really disappointed this year in that there was a lot of garbage on the ground, and I'm not talking garbage from the wind that it just happens. It's going to happen, especially down here when it's so windy. There was just garbage everywhere, man. It's like La Posa South, Imperial Dam. That would be the South Mesa and Imperial Dam. It was like every site that I would go to, or even visiting with people, it was just nasty. There's glass all over the place, nails all over the place. Anyhow, it was a good time to head out. Also, this time of year, and no knock on anybody in particular, it's not. It just is what it is. You get a lot of people that come out here, and then they don't really have means to get back home. So things tend to come up missing. Last year, as you guys know, I've had a couple of things stolen. I know a handful of other people that did as well. And it just so happens last night the sun went down. There's no parking behind me, as you guys saw through the other videos, where it's just that path that goes down into the gravel pits. Last night the sun's going down, or the sun has been down for a while. Gypsy and I just chilling, watching TV, and the truck pulls up right behind my rig, and he had no earthly reason to really be there, especially coming. He's in a truck coming out of the pits, which is peculiar in itself. It's usually for off-road vehicles. You don't see too many. You see some people make the wrong turn. They go down and then they turn around, come back, and they just keep on going. Well, this time they just stopped and stayed right there, right where my generator, my Starlink, and all that stuff is just sitting right there. And I walked out there with the pew, and just they didn't see it, but they saw me standing there, and then they hurried up and they got back into their truck and left. So it seems like shenanigans to me. And it was also peculiar too, because it was, it was like 4 people that were probably all in their 20s. You could tell they were a little tuned up. And so anyhow, that was just another reason. That and the weather. I'm just kind of over the wind. It's constantly blowing out here, 40 to 60 miles an hour. we had sustained 60 mile an hour winds for days. Not right now, but it is really windy out there. Stuff blowing, garbage blowing all over the place. So hey, we're just at this point, after a few months, you're just ready to pack up and shove off. I'm ready for some grass and let Gypsy run around in some grass. She's just knocked out right now. I got the air conditioning on. I'll show you. So I don't know if you can see her. Oh, that wind is really pushing me around too. Alright, I don't know if you guys saw her or not. Anyhow, yeah, this wind is really pushing me around. I'm on 95. I'm probably a good hour from Quartzsite. We're probably just gonna find a spot, probably not even unhook. If I can get into town and get everything that I need to get done, which is a couple things. I just need to get to that Moon Mountain mail, like I was saying, and then I'd like to stop at the laundromat, do a couple quick loads of laundry, or just a single load of laundry would be nice, right there in town, and then just hit the road. I'm still kind of undecided, but this is me, guys. I really do want to get up to Flagstaff, but I don't know. I worry about everything, I think, sometimes. Anyhow, and I worry about this truck, this half-ton truck pulling this 30-foot trailer, and I'm swaying right now pretty good. And it's not because I got my sway bars and everything else. It's this wind. This wind is really pushing me around. I think once so I'm heading right into, I'm bucking the wind right now. As soon as I start heading east, I'm going to have, I think, a somewhat of a tailwind. This is coming out of the west a little bit. So that's what we're doing. We're going to bring you along for the whole trip. As soon as I get to Quartzsite, I'll get the GoPro out and do a big video of all of it. But Gypsy and I, we're excited about new places, new faces. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully everything just goes nice and smooth. It's 2:45 right now. It doesn't take a whole. I'll probably be in Quartzsite in about an hour. Close out that account. Hopefully that's just nice and simple. But anyhow, thanks for hanging out while down in Yuma. It was really pretty uneventful, guys. The weather, it was so bad this year that I don't think I'm going to come down here next year. And if I do, it's only going to be when Rod and Denise and his daughter and those guys when they're in town. That's probably going to be about it. Next winter, I'm planning on probably Texas, like down by the Rio Grande, down there in Terlingua. That's a really cool area. I don't know, it's really, really interesting. You should take a look up Terlingua, Texas, especially if you live in Texas or any of that. It's a super cool place to check out and visit. Very unique. So we're going to do that. Maybe go visit my sister in Florida. Haven't seen her in, I think, 2 years now. It'll be 3. I think it'll be three winters. I tend to go down there in the wintertime, and her husband had passed away last year, so it'd be nice to spend some time with her, see my niece. But yep, thanks guys. Thanks for hanging out in Yuma with me. It was pretty uneventful. Actually, it was rather boring. Literally, I did not think. I don't know. It's just been one of them crazy years. I think for a lot of people, when I'm sitting around and doing nothing, I don't know. I fall into depression or anxiety or whatever. So I'm on this quest right now for absolutely no mood altering substances at all. No alcohol, Well, I suppose coffee. I do coffee, a lot of coffee. But nothing. I just want to do some sober traveling, completely sober. I think it's also, Gypsy and I, we spend a lot of time alone on the road. And I don't know, I just feel way more motivated, more spiritually aligned, I guess. I feel healthier. So, and that was the name of the game. That was the whole reason I bought this whole trailer and did all this stuff, was for that. Mental health, spiritual health, physical health, and I gotta keep to that. We're still gonna build this camper, this truck camper. That's gonna be coming up here real soon, and there's gonna be a whole lot of traveling with that. I tell you, I want to go up. There's so much I want to see, so much that I haven't seen, so much I want to see. It's kind of weird. You guys can probably all relate. I'm sure everybody out there has been to a lot of places, a ton of places. But every state in the United States has something unique and beautiful about it, in my opinion. All right, guys, I'm coming up on some kind of a checkpoint here. So this is Border Patrol coming up here. They just gonna wave me right through, but I don't want to be on my phone doing this. Get a ticket. All right, we'll see you guys. We'll catch up here later today if we're able to get that stuff done and hit the road. I'm gonna keep you guys going the whole way. All right, later, guys. Bye.